Ah, konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. Thank you so
Good to
much.
see you. Thank you for coming all this way. Appreciate
Well,
it.
thank you so much for your time. Thank you.
You look in here and wow! It's all in beautiful stereoscopic 3D.
Wow.
See, he says wow. Wow in Japanese is still wow, right?
Well, Japanese version of your book, Queen in 3D, will be on sale in Japan soon.
That's great. I'm very excited. Very excited.
Because of the success of the film Bohemian Rhapsody, I think obviously the long-term fans will very dying to pick up the copy, but also the whole new generation of your fans will pick up the copy. What would you like them to learn from your book?
Well, I hope that they will feel it from our point of view, really, because we were very excited, and we are very excited about the very special relationship we have with Japan. And there's a lot of Japanese scenarios in the book. And I was just speaking to actually a lady called Ru Togo from years ago from Music Life. And we were talking about the very first time when we visited Japan, this amazing time when thousands of girls met us at the airport and there was screaming, and an incredibly exciting time for us. And we were just boys. So the book chronicles our journey from that moment, or a little bit before that actually, to the point where we're a touring rock band around the whole world. But I'm hoping that the new Japanese audience will, having experienced the film and what we are, will see the real thing. And the thing about stereoscopy is that it's very real, it's very immediate. It's nice to look at a picture, like a flat picture of an event, and it reminds you of something. But if you look at the 3D version, if you're lucky enough to have 3D material, it's like you're there. It's like you could walk through that window into that world. And that's what I feel when I look at these pictures. I was quite shocked what happened to me when we started working with the pictures to make the book. Because looking at the pictures, I could remember what was around me at the time when I look at the stereo picture. Also, I remember the thoughts that were in my head. It's something so evocative. So to me, stereoscopy is magic, and that's the magic ingredient of the book. That's the final dimension, if you like. The stereoscopic medium is the best way of translating a moment and an emotion and something very powerful. So I speak too much. That's a long sentence, wasn't it? I'm sorry.
It's okay. I particularly found interesting that in the chapter, I think we're turning Japanese.
Yes, yes.
In there you mentioned that because you formed a bond between the Japanese fans and yourself, of the Queen, your father, because of his generation, kind of taken a bit aback.
That's right. It was quite shocking to him because he fought a war, and of course it makes a big impression. His experience of the world was so different from mine, and suddenly he was going. I mean, he's very open-minded, my dad, but he's looking at the map of where we're going, and he's seeing pictures, and he says, "Well, to me this is very strange, because I was at war with these people, and it's very hard for me to compute that you are over there and you love these people and you're with them." But, he got there. He said, "Look, I do get it, and I understand, and the world has moved on, and it's me who has to change." So my dad, I think his generation found it difficult, as will always be the case. But to me, it was a very interesting learning experience in another direction. And I visited the Peace Museum at Hiroshima. I think on our first trip there, or maybe the second, I can't remember, and that had a profound experience. That made a profound experience for me. I was already of the opinion that war is a terrible thing, and the worse the weapons are, the worse the war is, And to me, I can't reconcile that act. I can't. We're getting into territory which I don't know if you want to get, but to me, if I had been around at that time, I would have been totally against using that weapon on humans. To me, it's unthinkable. To go there and see what happened to women and children, and a peaceful little town obliterated. It was an unforgettable and deeply moving experience for me, and I never forgot it. But I think the seeds were already in my heart, because I understood, from my point of view, that I wouldn't have done that. But you see, from my dad, he has a different point of view. He understood what led up to it, and so in the end, my dad loved it, the whole thing. You know, my dad was into it, and he used to draw little maps of where we were going. I think maybe some of them have been seen in one of the books. But for a man who was, I mean, my dad was against me being a rock star anyway in the beginning. He thought I was throwing my life away because I didn't become a scientist as I'd been trained to. So it took him a long time to become accustomed to me being a rock star, or a pop star, as he would have called it. But in the end, he did. See, my dad had a long journey to make, and I feel sorry for him. And he also had to see me make money and success. And he hadn't been able to do that. And in one of the conversations I had with him shortly before he died, he said, you know, Brian, you did things which I was never able to do, and it actually is hard for me. And I could understand that. He said, at the same time, I'm so happy that you did all this stuff. He said, but it makes me feel like my life was a failure. And I said, Dad, all the things you did in your life enabled me to do what I did in my life, which is really true. He enabled me to get a proper education. He got me music in my life, you know, got me taught the piano, which is very important. And he made my guitar with me. It's something incredible, and I still have that guitar. It's part of my body and my soul. So my dad is really very much with me in everything I do. And I was so glad that before he died, we were able to make that peace.